Let's talk movies. Director Chris Nolan. Back in the news. Listen, this is not confirmed 100%. However, it does line up with the way he's been acting towards Warner Brothers and them. Sorry, Showcase, but with HBO Max, he's very
anti.
He's not with. And the reason I say HBO Max is because it's in a negative light, right? So Warner Brothers and HBO Max are releasing their 2020 film slate simultaneously in theaters and on the streaming service.
Yep. Well,
Chris Nolan is actively against that.
Well, let me go on record saying I agree.
I'm not a
fan of it either. I mean, it's like, sure, it's convenient for a pandemic's sake, but nobody in Warner Brothers is taking consideration of long-term effects of doing this, and I'm not cool with it. Not when theaters already have guidelines and are taking the necessary steps. If theaters were doing nothing and just shutting down and not showing movies, fine, I get that, doing that. But that's not what they're doing. Every theater that is open and can be open and show movies are taking steps to make sure everything is safe and COVID guidelines are being met and people are healthy and safe and not at risk of getting sick. So Warner Brothers, that's essentially just a smack in the face to all the theaters that have been showing their movies for the past century or whenever Warner Brothers came around, probably longer than that. And you're basically just spitting in their face, and I'm not with that.
Yeah, and like, quick shout out to Showcase, right? They got their B Showcase safe, and installed state-of-the-art ventilation in the whole building, each theater. It's constantly circulating fresh air.
See, they're taking necessary steps, and I don't understand why Warner Brothers isn't supporting that.
Masks required. I mean, we were there, and hopefully soon again.
Yep.
And, the app doesn't let you, it automatically makes it so you cannot sit within 6 feet of someone else, right? So when Justice bought our tickets for Wonder Woman, it wouldn't let him sit next to these two people because where he was trying to go was directly in front of them.
Yes.
That violated that 6-foot policy.
And they wouldn't let me buy the ticket.
Exactly. So they're doing what needs to be done for them to succeed. However, when studios, they can't succeed if the studio's not sending the movie or giving them exclusive access.
Exactly.
Because nobody wants to go out if they don't have to.
Exactly. Most people don't anymore.
Right.
Because I love the movie too.
I mean, if you have the choice, right? And now, I'm not talking about quality of the experience. I'm talking about pure laziness.
Yeah,
right?
That's really what it just boils
If you
down
give
to.
the lazy people the option to stay home and see it,
they're going to stay home.
That's a wrap.
And now imagine if Warner Brothers went ahead and not just Warner Brothers either. I know it seems like we're attacking them, but it kind of is just them because they're the only ones who are like, hey, well, we're just going to release it to our stupid streaming service, so don't even bother. But instead of doing that, they went ahead and supported local theaters and emphasized that all these places that are, in fact, because I understand some states still aren't open, so okay, fine, you give those people the option, but so there's a way to have best of both worlds here, because not every theater is open, right? So yes, you still do your streaming thing, but you make it abundantly clear, hey, if your theaters are open around you, they are taking the necessary steps to keep you guys safe, and everything is okay. Go see these movies in theaters the way you're supposed to.
Ready?
That's how movies are supposed to be.
Ready? And this is AMC theaters I'm speaking on, right? But Showcase has a plan that's kind of like it. However, they're not as big, so they don't have what AMC has. AMC, for example, has a service that you can buy movies on and you can watch them on your TV. I've done it 5 or 6 different times before the pandemic. This is a technology that they had before the pandemic. So, in that case, right, New York, they're not showing theaters. Well, everyone that is in the, because your phone knows where you are now, right? All you do is, when you open the app, it says, allow location services. You have to hit yes. It'll register you in New York, right? Because this is when we need the location service, because we need to verify if you're actually in New York. If you are, you can buy the movie on AMC's web streaming thing, and you can watch it at home. But if you're in Boston where theaters are open, nah, Pippin, you gotta go to the theater.
Mm.
Right? Solved.
Now,
The theater is getting the money all around.
Exactly. And now again, if Warner Brothers went ahead and now don't tell me that the pandemic is infecting them, but don't tell me it's to the point that oh hey okay all right, I might just do that. Don't tell me it's to the point that you guys can't afford to do this, because I know damn right well.
You know who that was, right?
Yeah.
NSA agent. What's his name?
He's listening. Kevin. That's Kevin. Shout out Kevin. That's my NSA agent.
The streaming service ad popped up on the computer.
Holy guacamole.
As we're talking about it. So that's the joke for anyone wondering what the hell just happened.
Oh my god, that's so scary, bro.
Told you.
Kevin, bro.
We're literally talking into microphones onto the computer, so they're getting all of
direct access, baby. I hope you like our show.
They got
like
video feeds. They got 3 video feeds.
Like and subscribe. Join. Follow us on all social media platforms.
All right.
Warner Brothers, don't tell me you don't have the money to do this and support these theater chains that have been supporting you this entire time. If you went ahead and kind of, because I'm assuming when a studio sends a theater a movie, they kind of cut the price a little bit, right? Oh, I'm sorry. They have like, the theater has to pay the studio a certain amount, correct?
No.
No, they have like some kind of contract or something.
Maybe.
I would imagine it works the same way a grocery would. You buy it for a bulk
But I
price.
think it's more of a front, right? Like I'm fronting you this movie.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right, okay.
Maybe you do have to pay, like AMC, right? They're such a big chain that maybe they do. They have to pay a little bit up front.
But there's still money coming back to the studio.
Oh, yeah. All
so
the ticket sale, honestly, 90% of it goes back to the
exactly.
To the
so
studio.
okay, so my point being, say it's $5 off of every ticket they sell. If you cut that price to about $3 and some change during this pandemic, first of all, that's a huge help to the theater, because that extra money they're now saving can go to, maintaining theaters that can't currently seat people or whatever the money is needed for, right? You can't tell me Warner Brothers can't afford that, but no, instead of doing that, they're going to just go ahead and put everything on their stupid streaming service instead of helping a theater that's been supporting them this entire time.
Yeah.
And a lot of their money comes from that opening. I mean, whether or not a movie is considered good in the eyes of critics and whatnot, and like Rotten Tomatoes and things like that, ticket sales plays a big part of that. So whether or not your movie is well received and everybody's talking about it and the word's getting spread and more people come to see it is based off of your opening weekend and your box office kind of numbers.
Yeah.
A big part of that is that. See, that's blatant disrespect to the theater that is responsible for all those numbers and all that support. You know what I mean?
100%.
Warner Brothers, get your life together, bro.
100%. I just want to find the pictures here that we had.
Mr. Nolan. Oh, I can't wait for Godzilla vs. Kong, bro.
I
love that.
Couple new photos from Halloween Kills. Actually, it looks pretty good.
Dude, we saw the first one.
Yeah, but it looks pretty good, honestly.
We saw it.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing will be as good. I like Rob Zombie's.
Rob Zombie's Halloween
really
was dope.
Really good. So you can't do.
There's so many graphic scenes.
Yeah, dude. I like Rob Zombie a lot. He's from my hometown.
When he forced himself on that girl and God, like Rob Zombie took it to the
He's a dark man.
he took it to another level on some of the. But Jack shared. Oh, here's a picture right here.
Yeah, that's the same photo I saw. Yeah.
So the house is burning. I'll put these are. I'll put them up.
So my concern is, what is that? It looks like one of those old lady grabber things, right? They're stuck in their chair and they have to grab the controller, right? One of these things.
Yeah. See, this is so much better.
That's his murder weapon.
So now we're watching this.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. It's a big plus. I'm
let's
worried that they're gonna pull the same thing that the original Halloween movies did. That after the second one, it gets just to the realm of goofiness.
He looks good though.
Yeah.
He looks decent for he looks freaky.
Yeah.
And this is these photos are courtesy of Empire. Shout out Empire.
Shout out. Thank you.
Thank you for sourcing.
Appreciate that.
And Pop Culture Corner, good job. Thanks for the shout out, the credit. We got you. Don't worry, B.
Yeah, man,
Don't worry, B. Guys, let's do it.
What?
A new Godzilla trailer today.
Oh.
So at the end of this episode, we'll watch the Godzilla trailer with you guys. my God, we've been waiting for this.
I know. I can't even describe in words how excited I am for this.
Very much.
Godzilla's been a part of my life, my entire life. It's one of the few things that I did with my father growing up. We didn't have too many things that we did together, but Godzilla was one of them. He's the one who put me onto it. Every time one of them came out in America, like every time we got one of the Japanese movies in America, he made sure. You know what? Actually, I think that's a part of why I'm so used to reading subtitles and
it's
watching
because
Japanese.
Of that makes sense.
Watching Japanese shows and stuff like that because I grew up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, my father never showed me the English dubbed versions. He would always show me it's in Japanese.
Subtitles.
Yeah, it's in Japanese. So
the way it's supposed to be seen.
the way it's supposed to be. Nothing is more distracting than bad English dub. It's awful.
And it's like they get the most emotionless people to do it.
Yeah, the most robotic.
They're like,
we have plenty of good American voice actors. Why don't you hire them?
We've spoken to a couple.
Ooh.
Kim Rhodes loves,
Does Kim do voice acting?
She has.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Wait, has she? Maybe I'm making that up.
I think you're making that up. I don't know her.
Well, Darkseid.
Darkseid,
Ray Porter's a huge voice actor.
He is.
Oh, you know what it is? Kim spoke about a lot of voice actors when I talked to her. That's why. So, sorry, Kim didn't do voice acting. I made that up. I'm sorry.
Point being...
But we've talked to Ray Porter, who's a huge voice actor. So.
Yeah, point being, there's so many of them. I don't understand whenever it's something like that. No, I do understand why it boils down to we're not willing to pay that kind of money.
You'll have this intimate love scene. They're like, how are you doing today? You're like, what
You have cancer? That's it. That's the
crazy.
Emotional scene.
Absolutely weird.
I can't even, just now trying to do that, I can't even speak in such of a dead, soulless tone on purpose. I have no idea how you people do it. It's so distracting, especially, it's particularly bad with anime because anime has their dialogue is tailored to Japanese speaking and mannerisms and, kind of slogans, and the way things are said in Japanese are not the same the way we would say them in English.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when it's translated, it's just direct translation. It's not, they don't put any kind of English speaking tones or delivery kind of ways, you know what I mean? They don't add any of that. So it just sounds horrible. They literally say things like, due to the power of friendship, I shall not lose, right? In that tone of voice, in that way. But in Japanese, it sounds epic. And you're like, yeah! And I've never heard a Japanese person complain about dialogue in anime, so it must sound correct when you speak Japanese and you hear it. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to, explain in words, and especially in English words. Right. That was a bad joke, but I'll take it. Point being, and this is another one, this falls under the category of, I don't like people who play Xbox. I don't like people who use...
Alright, but listen, you can't say that.
Why?
You cannot say that you don't like people that play Xbox.
Why?
Because I'm sure... You don't like that they play Xbox.
I want you to get a PlayStation. That's basically what I'm saying.
It's not that you don't like them.
Fine. Just, I want you to get a PlayStation. And I also want you to watch subbed shows or movies or whatever. If it's in another language,
if you say, listen, I don't trust you if you play Xbox, that's good.
That's better.
That's better than I don't like them
I don't
because
trust
you play Xbox.
I don't trust you.
You cannot trust someone, but you can like them.
Okay, no, that's fine. I don't trust you if you play Xbox, and I definitely don't trust you if you watch dubbed.
If you put your cereal together, milk first, cereal second, I don't trust you. If you sleep with socks on, I don't trust you.
Don't trust you. I can't even fathom. Look, there's been times that I had to do that because of the lack of heat in the house,
of course.
in New England weather. But if you do that in the comfort of your home when you're comfy and everything's cool, you're right. I don't trust you, and I'll probably.
Something's wrong there.
That's the only time I'll call the cops on someone. I'm not a cop caller, but if I see you get into bed with socks on, I'm calling the cops. I need him out now.
Oh, yeah. A new look at Mortal Kombat shows some great sets, some good-looking characters, but Will this movie deliver, or will it crumble like
So the
most
only,
video game movies?
the only designs I saw, I believe it was Jax and Sub-Zero, I believe. Yeah, I think it was Sub-Zero. And they look okay. I like the fact that like all the ninja characters are actually Japanese, and it seems to me a lot of them are actual action stars that can like do their own stunts and whatnot. So
Right.
that's a plus. The 90s Mortal Kombat movie really suffered from the goofy
Aspect of it.
yeah, that was really its downfall. And like also at the time, we just simply didn't have the cinematography kind of technology to make that movie happen the way it was meant to happen, the way they wanted it to happen. So hopefully this time around, I mean honestly, out of all video games, this must be the easiest by far to make a cool movie about. It's just fighting. That's it. You know who should be directing this? Zack.
Snyder. Right?
Zack, if Snyder made this movie, it'd be cool as hell. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It would probably go up there as one of my favorite movies. But he's not, so I'm
Right.
pretty sure it's going to be bad.
See, they don't even
Why is that
have
Ryan
it.
Reynolds?
I know, they don't have it. Like, I just Googled the Mortal Kombat set
And
pics.
there's barely
and
any images.
they're all fake.
Yeah. Yeah, why is Ryan there? Who is Ryan supposed to play? You want Wade Wilson in your Mortal Kombat movie? He's Scorpion.
No, he's not in the movie.
No, I know, but where his face is where Scorpion would be.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's what they're trying to imply with that picture.
Well, the pictures.
Why?
I mean, the pictures are up right now, but
Yeah.
they do look good. They show, you know, a more dramatic. Look, that's so funny that you said that.
I thought that was Jack Nicholson next to
No. Look at Zack Snyder.
No,
But that's not Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's
so,
a DC picture.
you know what? I'm just gonna stop. But the movie, as of right now, right? It
Still has potential.
It still has potential.
Yeah.
It looks decent. It looks like they're tapping into the science fiction of it, the drama of it, and the aesthetic that I think works good. That dark, kind of blue hue aesthetic.
Yeah.
That looks good on top of a serious tone or drama film. So if they can make this, if they can perfect the balance, not too much corniness.
Yeah.
Corn.
Corn. No, that works. That's right.
Not too much corn. Also keep it serious but lighthearted in some ways. I think it'll be done well.
I think lighthearted is the best approach. If you can't do the balance, then just stick to the lighthearted and just put the emphasis on action. Hardcore Henry. That movie has zero development, zero story. The plot makes zero sense whatsoever. But
As
the movie,
early as possible.
the movie was a blast. I have no idea what you just did there. That movie was a blast. It was so much fun because the action was shot well and it was cool
Wait,
to
which
look
movie?
at. Hardcore Henry.
Oh, it's like
That
it's in like the
movie.
first person view.
Yeah. And the plot
Was that
is a
actually
complete
good?
mess. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's
Really?
not good. It's fun.
Okay.
It's just
Because it's kind of experimental.
yeah, and it's just a dumb action movie. It's kind of like Crank. You ever seen Crank with
Yes,
Jason Statham? It's kind of like
yes.
that, but
Okay.
more of a. It's like Crank and Call of Duty met each other and made a movie about it. I guess is a good way to describe it. It's just fun. That's all, and that should be the case. What's going on? Why are you so hyper?
Quick sniff!
Quick sniff!
What
Quick
is
sniff!
going on? You guys want a
Nice.
quick sniff cameo?
Quick sniff!
Quick sniff cameo.
I don't know
Oh,
why he's
God.
so hyper. I don't know what just went on just then.
Yeah.
He never does that. Typically speaking, he'll just chill, but he's the Pop Culture Corner mascot.
Yep.
Good boy. Good boy.
Also,
Probably got
guys, I got some bad news.
Oh, no.
I got some bad news. Another round of delays.
Really?
And this is
Wow.
the worst one
This
yet.
is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yep. So, if you were doubting that we were stuck in the Matrix and we'll ever get another new film, you're in for a treat now because it seems that we're still stuck taking that blue pill and we're not getting out anytime soon. Hopefully Kong, and Godzilla will refresh everyone, and hopefully we get the Snyder Cut soon. However, let's do the bad news. No Time to Die, the James Bond film, updated release date is October 8th, 2021.
Wow.
John-
When was it set to release?
I do not. I didn't have them
Okay.
written down. I'm sorry. For some of them I do, but for James Bond I didn't.
Yeah,
However,
'cause we don't really care about James Bond.
just know that
Happy to-
that the movies that I'm saying right now, if it's October 8th, 2021, then it was supposed to come out in like 1 month to 2 months. No. It was supposed to come out like now. So all these movies were supposed to be starting to pile out, right? And then especially this summer was supposed to be huge. Huge for movies. But that's not the case anymore.
Oh, God.
Picture this. John Wick 4 and Matrix 4 were supposed to come out the same day, 2021. John Wick is still being written.
Really?
Not even started to film yet.
Really?
100%.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
John Wick 4 and Matrix 4 was supposed to come out 2021 at the same day. It was Keanu Reeves' day, they were labeling it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right.
That's a shame.
Imagine that. You go to the theater and you see back to back. You see Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 back to back.
Do they fall under the same studio?
No.
No, I was gonna say that's a big cash grab that you just lost by delaying those
but I think
movies.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, you gotta go, Doug. I was waiting for him to mess up.
But this is unreal. John Wick 4,
Won't end.
not even filming yet, but they're expects to start filming this year. Very ominous in tone. So I don't really know.
Wow,
I don't know what else to tell you. Morbius delayed for the 3rd time. I just told you about a delay maybe a week ago.
Yeah, if that.
Remember, I was like,
not even that long ago.
It was supposed to be March. So originally it was supposed to have already come out. Then they changed it, and they're like, okay, March 19th, whatever.
Something like that.
No, I'm sorry. Originally it was one date. They moved it again, and then to March 14th. March 9th, whatever it was, March 15th or something like that. And now, for the umpteenth time, they've moved it now to check this out. January 21st, 2022.
Bro, what?
Bruh,
Wait,
it's
so
Morbius.
Venom is gonna drop before that?
We don't know, but most likely.
Wow.
Which
Wow.
is stupid.
Isn't that the whole point? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something in Morbius that connects it to Venom and kind of lead us into Venom too.
Yeah, I don't really know. They might have to go back. They have enough time where they can go back and change it, but...
Yeah, you gave yourself an entire year. You're like 2 days under an entire year. Are you kidding me, bro?
Yep. Uncharted moved February 11th, 2022. Ghostbusters Afterlife moved November
that movie
11th.
looks cool too.
Yep, November 11th, 2021.
Wow.
A Quiet Place 2 moved September 17th, 2021. Cinderella, although I know we're not clamoring for it,
Another Cinderella.
moved to July 16th, 2021. The Kingsman, which I was looking forward
I like those movies.
to, moved
That's the prequel, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
August 20th, 2021.
As long as it still releases this year, I'm cool. And it's a summer release, so I'll be happy if it actually happens.
But my God, last but not least, for movies, that's all the delays that I wrote. All the ones that were noteworthy.
Okay.
However,
There's more.
Sony pretty much moved back everything except Venom 2 and
Really?
Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe there's a connection there too. Not sure.
Should be.
But last but not least, for Let's Talk Movies, Matt Damon has joined the cast of Thor: Love and Thunder.
I saw that. I saw that.
However,
I saw
if
that.
you remember, Matt Damon was in Thor 3 Ragnarok,
Yes, he was.
but he played an Asgardian in a play playing Loki. So...
But we have no idea who he is. Like, at the
Right.
time, we assumed it was just a joke. And I'm pretty sure that was the intention. But it's Matt Damon, right? And they probably threw... Okay, so if this was all intentional to begin with, I won't have a problem. But if this is like a last second, oh, hey, maybe we should bring Matt Damon in just for the sake of it, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah.
Or it could just be the same kind of thing we got last time. You know, he's just kind of there.
I have one more thing, sorry. But yeah, no, it's very strange.
It is.
It really, and I hope Taika's not bringing, or Taika or Kevin's not just bringing him in because he's Matt Damon.
Exactly.
Right? And be like,
Exactly.
oh, well, let's keep him.
Exactly.
Well, you used him as a throwaway joke.
Exactly.
And
So
now
it's
you're
a
bringing
little
him
too
back.
late. Yeah.
So maybe he'll be one of the as new Asgardians that we didn't see in Endgame when they went back, but he was there.
Yeah.
And it'll just be another quick cameo. I'm pretty sure he's not going to have a central role in the film.
No, I'm almost positive it's strictly going to be joke-based because he is, like, an actor, an Asgardian actor, so I'm pretty sure it's just... I have a feeling that he's going to take... remember how Thor used to talk at the beginning? Very, like, Shakespearean.
Very Shakespearean.
Over the top, ridiculous. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like that from Matt and just be like a joke. Or maybe he's like a Loki fanboy or something.
And he's playing Loki again
Because
in like
he-
a new Asgardian play.
Yeah, something of those lines. I know for a fact
Speaking
he's
of Loki.
not gonna like play a serious role in this movie, and it's gonna be joke based. He could just be like one of those like a Jar Jar Binks,
Right.
just like a side. He's a comic relief
Right.
that we're stuck with.
Right.
I don't like Matt Damon to begin with, so I'm not happy with this. In Ragnarok, it wasn't a big deal. He was there for 2 seconds, and I got a chuckle out of it. I'm not really a fan of Matt Damon, so
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Last thing, and we'll go
For
into
the
this
second
more.
time.
I know, I'm sorry. But I remembered it. The reason I didn't say it, or I didn't write it down the way I should have, is because originally I wanted to do a spotlight on it. But we will, just not today. Thanos is confirmed to be in Eternals. So, it does make sense.
You really have no idea how or...
I mean, I have an idea.
Yeah. I just don't know. I still don't know, like, the time frame. I don't know how old Thanos is in MCU time. I know how old he is, like, comic-wise. I don't know how old he is in the MCU universe. And I also don't know exactly how long ago Eternals is taking place. In other words, this could be... I'm guessing that it's going to be... kind of like a explanation as to why Thanos is the way he is, right? Because Thanos is one of those characters with a tragic backstory, and that's why he does what he does. So I'm guessing chances are we're going to get a glimpse into that, or maybe the whole story.
That's it, right there, 100%.
Yeah, so
So
I mean, it's fair to assume.
So Thanos is born, just a little tidbit, Thanos is born in the comic lore, 2 Eternals, mate and half Thanos, but he ends up possessing the deviant gene. And the Celestials created the Eternals. However, something happens and there's a mutation, and that's where the deviants come, right? That deviant gene. So
it's Eternals, humans, deviants. In case
Right.
you guys were wondering.
And the deviants are widely known as enemies of mankind.
Yes.
And the Eternals, after becoming immortal, vowed to protect mankind.
Yes.
And the Eternals are the reason that, I mean, in most of the backstory, the Eternals, it can be traced back to them as to why any organic super-powered person,
Mutant.
not like
AKA.
Captain America,
Yeah, no,
who
AKA
was
mutant.
injected,
Yeah.
but mutants,
Inhumans.
Inhumans,
Also qualify, yeah.
yep. Mutants and Inhumans, they could all be traced back to the Eternals.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
very intriguing
Yes.
that Thanos was born by the Eternals
Yes.
and ends up having gripes with the Avengers,
Yes.
right?
And
So
it's also a gateway to introduce mutants for the reasons we just
or at
explained.
least tell us about like
At
why
least
mutants
say the
exist.
word. I'm just waiting for you to say the word
Right,
mutant.
right. Like, so I mean, we've actually technically already got an Inhumans show that most people don't consider MCU, but it is.
Technically it was.
It is.
Yes.
It was in the same genre
Yeah.
and the same network as Agents of Shield.
Yes.
So,
Yep. So
and they said that there was one tie to Agents of Shield, and the Agents of Shield is in the MCU. So
yes. So it is technically, whether you like it or not, technically it is. And also
I get a funny story about that for maybe Black Labels to tune in about Inhumans and how that all went down, because it went down so Wrong. Originally, it was supposed to be this spectacle.
Yeah.
And
No,
all
I
of a sudden,
remember that.
it turned backfired.
I remember
that was one of Marvel's greatest disappointments.
Yeah.
Yet you
absolutely.
don't realize it.
And most of you probably don't even remember it. It
Right.
was so short-lived. It was so disappointing that Disney did a great job of like just
Pushing that
completing
under the
yeah,
rug.
they
That
really
never
just got-
happened.
yeah.
In who?
In what? No. That movie's coming out in 2024. What are you talking about? that was if I remember correctly, turning it into a show was kind of like a last change.
Ditch.
It was supposed to be a movie.
And it was supposed to be an IMAX branded movie.
Yeah. So okay, wait. Before I forget, anybody who's still confused about Eternals, picture it like Prometheus, where it's some higher quality, I guess you could say, being that creates organic beings. Essentially, that's what Eternals do. They like that. Just in case you're kind of confused, because I know that's a lot to throw at.
It is, and I think the Eternals is going to be good for general audiences because it's going to introduce it's going to introduce the other side of the Marvel universe, right? Like we've got glimpses of it with Guardians of the Galaxy, and even kind of with Captain Marvel with introducing the Skrulls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
That counts.
But
Absolutely.
this is gonna go. Now we're going
deep into it, and I mean we also got they've done it correctly because they've been kind of easing everybody into this whole godlike being celestial thing by doing things like Guardians of the Galaxy first, right? Giving you some kind of relatability to all these alien type creatures, and then you come into it with Captain Marvel. No, I'm sorry. Infinity War came next, and Infinity War gave us actually, you see Guardians. You see the head of nowhere first in Guardians, but then you see more of it in Infinity War, and then you also see the dwarfs, the giant dwarfs that build Stormbreaker and things like that. So they've been kind of easing us into this, so you don't. Because you get hit with a godlike being, and then beings that create other organic beings. Things get wacky and wild, and it gets confusing,
Right.
I think with Nowhere, being shown, the head itself being shown, full scale, and then also introducing Celestials, means Galactus in his full size is a real possibility, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Really
this dude's a monster.
He's huge. He eats planets like
eating
apples.
planets.
Like
the
apples.
guy is.
He palms them and eats them.
There was at one point there was that scene where they're showing you something, and in Guardians, where I think that the Collector is telling a story and showing us, and you see this being with 6 eyes.
Yeah, the Celestial.
It kind of looked like Galactus. That's kind of how he looks. So it's how, that guy was big.
Oh, I know.
Galactus is 45 times that size.
Is he bigger than the Celestials?
Well, I'm saying in the way that they showed him.
Scene. Yes, that specific scene, because they were on planet at that time. You're right, yes. Yes.
But
otherwise, this is going to be dope.
Yeah, very dope. And the cast is... Oh my god, the cast.
I just wanted to say the word.
They got Selma Hayek.
Is Selma Hayek in it?
Yeah, Blanchett. Oh my god. The cast runs so deep. Yep. Kumail Nanjiani, or whatever his name is. That guy is hilarious, but he's good.
Is that the guy from that movie with
Crazy Rich? No, he wasn't in Crazy Rich Asian. Sorry.
Yeah, he's not even Asian.
Yeah, I know.
Well, technically he is, but he's not Asian.
Yes.
That what is it? Stuber, right?
Was that him and Stuber? I don't know, but I'll show him after. But Kumail Nanjiani, the cast just goes so deep and so good, because I can't remember if that's him. But like I said, when we get into the spotlight of Eternals, I have so much to go over. It's not even funny. If you could see here, where's my mouse? It's on the other screen. I can't find my mouse. Okay,
there.
Look at this.
Yeah, he has a lot.
I have at least 4 pages.
Wow, holy guacamole.
Yeah.
Yes, he has a lot.
So it's going to be called The Eternals, and how Thanos will fit into the story of the film. A spotlight feature.
Let me just call it now. Based off of what I just saw I'm going to have a solid amount too, so expect that to be its own video.
Yeah.
Because we're both going to have a lot. If he has that much, I'm going to have to at least match it.